Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the Very Average Podcast. My name is Sean and I'm joined by...
Shaman. Very nice to be here.
Very nice to meet you for the first time in my life.
Yeah. I just met you just then.
Just then. So this podcast is going to be basically just like a little bit of a chit chat about our daily lives, some fun things that we come across in our adventures as humans.
Lives.
And yeah, our very average lives.
Yeah. So Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. It's the third day of 2020.
2020, new decade.
Right now.
How crazy is that?
Absolutely insane. We're 23 years old and we've lived through 4 decades.
2 millenniums and 2 centuries as well.
That's a lot of decades. And
that is a lot of decades. Wait, 4? Yeah.
4. 90s, 2000s, 10s, 20s.
Yeah. I'm so glad that we're in the 20s now. Because... what did you call the 10s? It's just the teens?
The teens?
The
naughties?
The naughties. I hated that. But now it's like the 20s.
It's like, ooh, we're in a naughty
So like
naughty
when
time.
You can think of like way in the future when it's 3000 and they'll refer back to the old days, like the 20s.
The 20s.
You never hear someone refer back to the 1910s as the 10s.
No, it's the 1910s.
Or the 19...
Well, it's like the 2010s.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're going to call it?
Maybe.
Or is it going to be the 2020s? No,
I
it's going
just
to be
like
the 20s.
how everything's just a lot simpler now.
We're going to live through the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. We're going to be back in the 60s.
Maybe.
If we make it, yeah.
If we make it.
I mean, let's hope.
I mean, the country's on fire at the moment.
Yeah, everything's burning. Literally.
Yeah, not in Brisbane, thankfully. But
yeah, we seem to have gotten quite lucky with that. Where I haven't seen, there was a couple of days that were a little bit smoky, a little bit
we've gotten
eerie.
the smoke. I mean, like,
But
yeah, some fires around here.
It's pretty chill.
Except when I got stranded on the island.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
With with a bushfire.
I was terrified for your life.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my god,
great end to a
Shaman's
Christmas party.
Shaman's dune bashing on a bloody 4-wheeler, and
So
all of a
much
sudden
fun.
he's getting evacuated.
Yeah, mid party.
When did you guys find out about it all?
Well, I was on my Christmas staff party, and we were at Tangalooma, Moreton Bay, and we had a really great day. We did some not scuba diving, snorkeling.
Cute.
It was great. And then all of a sudden there was this lightning storm. No rain though.
Ooh,
and then
that's creepy.
I was drinking out the back of our villa, and I was like, oh, there's some lightning over in that direction. Then we continued our pre-drinks, we got ready for the party, and then we all got text messages saying, bushfire warning.
Tangalooma. Oh no.
And I was like, that was probably that lightning that I saw.
You've seen The Big Short?
Yeah.
That just reminded me of that scene where everyone's in the theater and they just start getting those text messages, and everyone's phones are going off and everyone's freaking out and everyone's leaving.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
It was a little bit. At first I was like, oh no, that's not gonna matter.
No,
we'll be fine. It will get
We're
put
safe.
out. It's on the other side of the island. And then it got darker. We had some more drinks.
Of course.
I looked up the news and I'm like, oh, it might be okay. And then as it got to nighttime, we went out on the beach and you looked over and all you saw was red.
Ooh.
Like red in the sky. Like it was insane.
I've seen those photos of New South Wales at the moment, and red.
It was like that, but we weren't in the red. Like in the distance it was red. Thankfully, after we went to our party, we had our dinner, but then thankfully we got evacuated.
Wow.
But yeah, it was crazy.
That seems a little bit ridiculous, if you ask me. Also, what is with Australian culture? And whenever there's a natural disaster, everyone just drinks. Like everyone just boozes up.
That's true.
I remember
it in cans.
Cyclones. Every time there's a cyclone, on the drinks.
Yeah.
That were you here for that hailstorm?
Nah, that was before I moved down.
It was like 2014.
The one that smashed your window?
Yeah. There was this massive hailstorm in Brisbane I think it was 2014 in November.
Yeah, it was just before it, because I moved down in 2015.
Yeah, right at the start, yeah. So I was living in this little apartment, and all of a sudden just started absolutely hammering down with like almost fist-sized golf balls.
Yeah.
Of fist-sized golf balls?
Fist-sized
golf balls!
Or was it golf ball-sized fist?
Fist-sized hailstones and golf ball-sized hailstones. And then all of a sudden, all of our windows start smashing.
Yeah,
There's
that's
hailstones
scary.
in our living room the size of my fist. it was just an absolute chaos, and it lasted for about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then when it stopped, we all just cracked out beers, and then went for a walk down the street and went to suss out the damage. Like,
Yeah.
wonder what happened. We got to the little park out the front of our apartment in Fairfield, and there was this massive, like, it would have been, I don't know, 20 meters high. This huge tree had just fallen on the road, and there was this car underneath it. Like, it didn't look like the car was that damaged, but it just looked like all the branches and stuff were all around it. And I was like, whoa! Sips my beer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy.
I mean, like, yeah, I remember playing beer pong in the middle of a cyclone.
Yeah. What else do you do?
It's not great, though, because it's hard to get the shot when it's that windy.
Yeah, but honestly, what else are you supposed to do? You've got no TV, because all the TV is just broadcasting shit about...
If the power's even on.
If you've got power.
Yeah.
And board games, yeah.
Board
games don't involve drinking.
Well, they can.
They can. So you either play board games and drink, or play drinking games and drink.
Yeah.
Or drink.
Or just drink.
Yeah.
You can just drink.
It's the only respectable thing to do in a natural disaster.
Yes. Unless you are
Unless it's really bad
danger.
Yeah.
Then don't drink.
Prefacing all of this, all of the natural disasters in inverted commas that we've been involved in have been very, very minor.
Yes.
Let's be real. Like no one got injured really.
No.
Directly around
not in
us.
our area. No.
Yeah, like the ones in Cairns, we put our mattresses up on the windows and it was a little bit windy. Ooh.
Yeah.
And then the hailstorm, like that was pretty scary, but we survived.
Fine.
It's all fine.
Yeah.
We just had to call out. We had to deal with our real estate and get new windows put in. That was a mess.
Would have been a nightmare.
And then Tangalooma, like you guys just jumped on a boat and scooted on out of there.
Yeah.
Easy.
It was a late night though.
Mm. Yeah, I remember you messaged me at like 3
got back to
a.m.
Brisbane
or
at
something?
I think I got back to Brisbane to my house at like 2 a.m. But I felt bad for everyone who had to go back down to the Gold Coast on the bus.
Yeah. Because
they got home at like
Portside?
4 a.m. Yeah.
Wow. That would suck.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it was a really exciting Christmas party.
Oh, it was a great Christmas party. Like, the best.
That's pretty good.
But
I scored this year. I got 2 Christmas parties.
Yeah, that's what happens when you in
Change
between jobs.
Yeah, change jobs.
Change jobs.
Both 2 jobs.
2 jobs?
Not in between jobs.
2. In between 2 different jobs.
In between 2 different jobs.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it was great. I had one Christmas party when we were on a boat on the Brisbane River.
Mm.
And we had a couple beers and sang along to some tunes and had a bit of a boogie. That was pretty good.
Mm.
And then went to a cool Asian restaurant in the city for the other Christmas party.
Yeah, nice.
Drank a lot of wine.
Yeah.
It was good.
Just wine? No sake or?
No, it was kind of Asian fusion
Okay.
kind of deal. And it was really good. Oh man, it was so good. But I had too many Pinot Gris.
Nice.
Actually, no, I was on the Rieslings.
Okay.
I'm so cultured. Did you know?
No.
How cultured I am?
No.
I know 2 different types of wine.
Yeah, that's more than me.
Mm.
I don't like wine.
You'll come around.
It's not great.
I used to
you
hate
get a
wine.
horrible hangover.
Maybe when you're breeding. Maybe when you're breeding.
If you are breeding, don't drink alcohol while you're pregnant.
Yeah, definitely not. But maybe when you're drinking what's that real cheap $5 stuff?
Passion pop?
Yeah, that or what's the other one?
Gossips?
Gossips. What's it called? I can't remember. I don't know. It's super dirty, super cheap.
Fruity Lexia.
Something like that. Oh
Goon,
god.
just goon in general.
Yeah, terrible, sweet stuff. But
yeah.
Anyway, so what? It's New Year's. It's New Year, New Me. You doing one of those? It's
not as much this year.
No.
I've done New Year, New Me before, and it never works.
Same old shame.
So I'm gonna try to do something different.
You are the same old shame.
Make no promises.
Make no promises.
I could say I'm gonna get fit. This is the year that I finally get fit because I've always just been not too unfit, but never fit.
Yeah.
And then very average.
Very average. Yeah.
Very, very
Same.
average.
Believe it or not.
My whole life, and I think this year could be the year that I get fit, but I don't want to say that because I've said that the last 4 years.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's New Year's resolution is always, I'm going to get fit. I'm going to get fit. I'm going to go to the gym every day for the whole year. I feel like we need to do something a little bit more realistic.
Yeah.
I want to get fit, but it's not like a New Year's resolution. It's just my entire life is just a constant struggle with eating delicious food and not wanting to exercise.
And like, why do you have to wait to the 1st of January to make a change?
Because that's when the gyms have the discounts.
Yeah, unless you're already paying for a gym that you don't go to often.
Caught
That's
out.
what I'm doing.
Yeah. I went through... Okay, so the other day, my girlfriend for Christmas bought us a session at a float tank, right?
Wow.
Have you ever heard of those?
Yeah.
Yeah? Those like
sensory deprivation.
Sensory deprivation?
Yeah.
So, super weird. Went to this place called the Float Space. Not sponsored. Really cool looking place. We had like a little video to watch and was calming music. It was super relaxing and wonderful and such. And then we each went to our own little private rooms where this big white pod thing is in. Yeah, because you can't float with someone else. You got to be
No, but I thought there'd be
deprived
two,
of the senses.
Rooms with a room with 2 pods.
Nah, your own room, because you have to get butt ass naked.
Okay.
Like butt ass naked. Like no
More
clothes
naked
at all.
than...
More naked than normal. Jewelry off.
Yeah.
Clothes off. Underwear
off.
What is that? Get rid of it.
You weren't even wearing it.
Absolute. You're not wrong. So I brought boardies with me because I'm an absolute...
Because you're like, I'm going swimming.
Idiot. Yeah, I'm like, I'm going swimming and I can take some boardies. No, like, no. You got to be naked. Otherwise, you can feel your boardies and it like messes up with your sensory deprivationness.
Is it trippy?
Okay,
Like,
so...
Did you go crazy? Like, I would have been trapped in my own thoughts.
It was, yeah, look. So there's this whole procedure you got to go through, this little ritual before you jump in, and then you get in, and it's just hella salty water.
Yeah. That's why you float.
Yeah, pretty much. So you get in there, and as soon as you get into the water, you just like, whoop. Your feet are just like, whoop, weightless kind of thing. The water's only, I don't know, maybe 30 centimeters deep. And it's just in this big circular, ovular kind of pod with a big hatch on the roof. So you get into this thing, you've got earplugs in because your ears go underwater, but your face stays out of the water. Butt ass naked. You've got a little spritzer bottle full of fresh water in case you get salt water in your eyes, and a little face washer, like a towel kind of thing.
Nice.
And you got 2 buttons, a big green button, which turns the lights on and off, and a big help button. And like...
I'm drowning in 30 centimeters of water.
This sucker is like 6 centimeters big and bright red and all like mushy and like...
You want to press it.
You just want to press it. Like, you know when you get given a big red button, you're just like, oh, I want to give that... I'm going to give that a big press. But they were like, you got to press it like 3 or 4 times if you need help.
That makes sense.
Because
you can press it.
Yeah.
So you can just go and press it for fun.
I gave it a ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little ring. Nothing happened.
Yeah, that's good.
I didn't want to press it twice in case they came in. So I get into this tank, and the green button turns off the lights. So the shortest time you can go in there is an hour.
Yeah.
A whole hour. That's a long time.
That's a long time.
So
you have to do it for an hour.
Whole hour. Some people do it for like 2 hours. Some people do it for 3 hours. Freaks. Crazy.
What do you do? You just think? What do you do?
You get in there. Music's playing for the first 10 minutes. It's really peaceful.
Nice.
The lights start to dim.
Yeah.
The music goes silent. You pull your hatch shut, and it gets real warm in there because the water is the same temperature as your body.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a little bit warmer once you close the lid.
Yeah.
And when you open the lid, because you're butt ass naked, like you've got tip sticking out of the water.
Yeah, it's just floating.
Just floating.
Yeah.
You've got like floaty balls and the tip sticking out the top. And as soon as you open that hatch, just aircon. Straight into it, and then all of a sudden it's not above the water anymore. So you're floating in this thing, hatch shut. It's kind of like a sauna in there as well. But when you're floating, you can't feel like anything. If you're dead still, like after a minute when the water settles and you're not moving, I had like my hands above my head and my feet out. It felt like I was just floating in space.
Did it feel like you were deprived of your senses?
I feel like I was pretty deprived of my senses.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Couldn't feel like I couldn't feel where I was. And because it was pitch black as well, once the lights turned off, you couldn't hear anything because you had earplugs in. Couldn't see anything because it was literally pitch black. Never been in that much darkness in my life. And then, besides when I close my eyes, whatever. And you can't feel anything because you're floating in water with this body temperature. You can kind of taste the salty air a little bit, but...
They didn't get rid of your taste.
And get rid of my taste. And what's the other sense?
Seeing dead people?
I don't know.
No.
5 senses? Hear.
Taste. Sight.
Smell.
Could you smell?
It's kind of like a little
Salty.
bit... It's a little bit salty.
Salty
Like
surprise.
kind of like a saltwater pool up in Cairns, but like warm.
Just specifically in Cairns?
Yeah, specifically.
Nowhere else.
It was pretty cool. So
Yeah.
I got in there, I was floating around. I've never done anything like that before. I don't meditate or anything like that. Like,
I've tried, I can't.
I'm in my head
You're meant
too
to,
much.
yeah, you're
Like,
meant to, it's like, stop thinking, stop thinking, stop thinking. Oh my god, I can't stop thinking.
all I'm thinking about is thinking about things.
And then all of a sudden I'm thinking about like the thing I did yesterday.
Yeah,
Like,
or like what I want to do with
and then I'm like,
everything.
Stop thinking.
Then you're thinking
And then
about not thinking.
And then I go, breathe in, breathe out. And then in between each breath,
There's like
I'm
a
just
thought.
thinking. I can't do it.
It's horrible. So that was pretty much what it was. I'm like a super psychoactive. Is that the word?
Maybe.
I don't know. My brain's always constantly just churning
Yeah.
away,
Do
just
you-
thinking
do
about
you
things.
talk to yourself all the
Talk to
time?
myself. I'm
Yeah.
always in my own head.
You know, some people don't have that inner voice.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like deaf people or like normal?
No,
people?
no. Some people.
I mean, I'm not saying deaf people aren't normal.
no.
We're just digging ourselves a little deeper here. You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah, no, but I think there's actually people who don't have that inner
voice.
voice. Like, you know how you hear your own voice talking to
Yeah, I
you?
chat to myself all day.
Yeah.
I'm
Some
like,
peo- I
what's
think-
up? And he's
I
like,
read
what's
some.
up?
I don't know how true this is, but I read something, and yeah, some people don't.
Wow.
They
Maybe that
think
article was written
differently.
by like a deaf guy.
Maybe.
Maybe. How crazy.
How crazy.
But yeah, I was in my own head thinking. Anyway, how this relates to my New Year's resolution.
You're gonna do that more often.
As I was floating around in this sensory deprivation tank, I was like, always in my own head, and I was thinking, and I was like, wow, I haven't been to the gym that I've been paying for $60 a month in probably 4 months.
Yeah.
And before that, one time that I went 4 months ago, another 4 months.
Yeah.
I was like, I've just wasted so much money on this gym membership. Because that
That's what everyone does.
Yeah, there was a phase where I was going a couple times a week, 3 times a week, as like consistently for maybe like a couple months, and then something very, very minor happens, like I stub my toe, and then I'm like, oh, can't go to the gym. Went to New Zealand, came back, didn't want to go to the gym. Went to work one day, came home from work, didn't want to go to the gym.
Tired.
Yeah, just that kind of shit. So what I did, here's what I did. In my own mind, while I was floating away in outer space, in this tank, I was like, okay, calculating the amount of money that I've wasted on the gym. I was like, what if I buy... Because when I go to the gym... Okay, let's rewind. When I go to the gym, I do 5 specific exercises that an app tells me to do just because it's easy.
And you live by this app.
Live by this app.
This free app that
Free
you
app.
got 4 years ago.
Exactly. I used to live with an old mate of mine. He introduced me to this app, and he used to go to the gym with me. We used to do the exercises on this app. And in the fitness community, it's kind of like, it's an okay thing to do. Like, it's called Strong Lifts 5x5s, and it's actually like a thing that people that go to the gym do.
Okay. I've never done it.
Anyway.
I've been to the gym and I've never done that.
But yeah, some people that, yeah, it's the thing. So that's what I do. You only have to learn 5 things, and the only thing you need to use equipment-wise is a barbell, weights, and stands.
Easy.
So I was like,
so why do you need the gym if you're not using the equipment?
exactly what I was thinking in my own head while I was floating away. I was like, why do I need the gym when all I need is stands, barbell, and weights?
Yeah.
So what I did was I went on Facebook Marketplace. As soon as I got out of that float tank, I was in there just like fucking humming, like, let me out of here, let me go on Facebook
They
Marketplace.
should let you have your phone.
Yeah. I mean, if I
You'd
had my
be way
phone,
more productive.
could have been way more productive. There was an
Yeah.
hour of my life I'll never get back. But
Yeah.
I jumped on my phone, Facebook Marketplace, found some stands for like the barbell. It was, I think, $70 or something. When usually a couple hundred. I was like, sweet. Went, picked them up, brought them home. Kmart, $20. I get like 2.5 square meters of gym floor matting, like the shit that
Nice.
kids have in their playrooms.
Yeah, like those.
The jigsaw stuff.
The jigsaw, yeah, was
Hell
that fun
yeah.
to put together?
Hell yeah, it was fun to put together. I was
Yeah.
like puzzling it up. It was real good. And then went to the Gold Coast on a little getaway
Yeah,
with my
nice.
girlfriend for a weekend. While I was down there, what do you know? Facebook Marketplace. Bring that bad boy up. Barbell and weights. $130.
Ooh,
Full
what a
set.
steal.
I was looking on. I
think-
was looking at like Rebel Sport and stuff like that, and their barbell and weight sets are like $500.
Yeah, nah.
$1,500. Keep
May
going.
as well go to
$2
the gym.
million.
You may as well not go to the gym.
May as well
Continue
pay for the
paying
gym
and not go.
and not go.
May as well.
So I went and picked up this barbell and these weights, and since I bought that stuff, it was about a week and a half ago now, right? You're supposed to do this 5x5s every second day or 3 times a week.
And you haven't done it.
I've done it every second day since I got it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Right? But
That's good.
today is the second day.
And you haven't done it.
Haven't done it.
And you're going out for dinner after this.
Going out for dinner, going to eat
You're
some Ramona.
Oh.
Ramona.
Ooh, my
Yeah.
girlfriend's making sushi, so...
Yeah, that's not ramen.
Yeah, but it's good.
Yeah, but it's not ramen.
It's Japanese.
Going to Taro's. It's going to be delicious.
Yeah, I'm sure it's good.
So yeah, that was, going to the gym. Don't want to do that. Buy the shit. We've been doing it. Feeling good about myself. We've been eating more crap since I started doing that though,
Yeah,
so I'm not
because
sure
you
if it
think-
like balances it out or not, but...
So you're where you started.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I can continue eating like absolute garbage,
Yeah.
but as long as
And
I'm
you'll be
exercise,
better off.
I'll be better off.
Than just eating garbage. 100%.
That's how it works.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm in the same boat with the gym though. Like every time I get into it, I'm going 5 times a week. I'm doing well. I'm like seeing improvements. I'm stoked, and then I get sick or I go away or
you're like, I feel really good. I can miss a day.
Very busy week.
Yeah.
It's so hard to go back.
But the thing is, what's a busy week? Like when you're training because you're unhappy, you make time.
Yeah.
But when you're feeling a little bit good about yourself, you're like, I've had a busy week. I could go for a day off.
Yeah, but sometimes you literally don't have the time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Uh,
I reckon
nah.
people that don't have the time in anything in life, not just exercise, but I feel like people making excuses for not having time. This is a very contentious subject, but I feel like people that are saying I don't have the time to do that are just making shit up.
Yeah, but you
Because they
have to
don't wanna do it.
sleep.
Yeah, like I feel like I live a pretty busy life myself.
Yeah.
I work a full-time job. I run a business part-time. We do the band. A lot of extracurricular activities, podcasts,
We do
all
now.
sorts. I still get 8 hours of sleep every night.
Yeah.
Every single night without fail.
Yeah,
to
but you
bed-
don't go to the gym.
I go to bed at 11 and I wake up at 7
Yeah.
every day.
I go to bed at 9 and I wake up at 5:30.
5:30.
That's the latest. I'm usually in bed by 10 and then 5:30.
5:30 is pretty good for driving to the Gold Coast from Brisbane every day.
Yeah,
That's
that's not too
an
bad.
hour drive in the morning and like a 2-hour drive home
Hour and a half home.
every day.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. 5:30 is not that early.
Yeah, see, okay.
not
You
that
don't
early.
have to drive 2.5 hours a day. So that's where I lose.
You lose a lot of time
I
driving.
lose a lot of time driving. And
What do you do in that time?
Podcast.
Like
I
you listen to them
record podcasts.
just in the
No.
car. You're just chatting away.
I listen
having
to a
great
lot
time.
of podcasts, like so
Yeah.
much. Well, like but all the podcasters are away on Christmas and New Year's. So at the moment, I've got no podcast, and I've been listening to music, and I love music, but like it makes my drive feel twice as long
Yeah,
because it's not
it
engaging,
does,
and
yeah.
there's short snippets of like one rather than one long overarching thing. They're just
feel
like
that.
3-minute snippets of stuff, and there's so many of them. But by the time you get home, you're like, that felt like 2 hours.
Yeah, and I've listened to 80 songs.
Yeah, like
Yeah, not really, but or maybe.
maybe
I don't
no,
know.
no,
Depends.
definitely
Short
not.
songs. Terrible at maths over here. So what kind of... I've never really been a podcast guy myself, listening
Yeah.
to podcasts. Until maybe a few months ago, started listening to one podcast, which was just, very similar to this, just talking about nothing. Just talking about people being people, funny stories, all that kind of stuff. And I thought it was awesome. I was like, oh, this is really funny.
Yeah.
2 blokes just having a chat, and it was
feel like you're
hilarious.
a part of the
and I was like,
conversation.
I can listen to this. It took
Yeah.
me a while. It took me a couple episodes to like get into it before I could actually listen to it. But when I was
Yeah,
into it,
well,
I was like, this is great.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of like true crime, and then probably I listen to a lot of movie related podcasts, like movie reviews.
Yeah.
These guys called Kind of Funny. They're great. Yeah, a bunch of different, I don't know, script writing, screenwriting podcasts and stuff like that. So I listen to a lot of that. But then I also just listen to some like people chatting and like depends. I get through a lot of podcasts, so I have to have.
Do you have like subjects that you listen to that are like, obviously besides filmmaking stuff, like I know there's a bunch of like comic book podcasts and like pop culture podcasts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Are you into those?
Yeah, love
Yeah?
those.
Love those.
Yeah, all the movie news, all the reviews and stuff like that. I love that kind of stuff.
Have you ever gotten into audio books?
No,
Could never do
they
it.
try to sell it to me in the podcast.
In the
Audible.
podcast, yeah, Audible, not sponsored.
Not sponsored at all. But no, I'm not. I don't know.
See, I used to, for my old job, I used to fly a lot. I was on a plane once
Yeah.
every fortnight. flying everywhere, and planes take a long time to get anywhere. So I tried Audible, not sponsored, listening to some books, but the books that I think I picked the wrong books. Like, the books that I was listening to were business books, which are really interesting, but I think I prefer reading physical books when I'm reading like a business book, because I can take it at my own pace and I can review things, revise things, go back, scribble notes down, shit like that. I'm a bit of a psychopath. But the like fiction books or the story books that I was listening to were like acted.
Yeah.
They weren't just read.
Yeah.
And that kind of felt weird.
Yeah. It's like you're listening to a movie but not watching it.
Yeah, it was...
Or like not watching a stage play and like you're outside the door listening to it.
Like, I've got a pretty wild imagination, I think.
Yeah.
But
I think I would prefer someone just reading the book
just
to me.
Read the book.
Like your parent
read it like I read it in my own brain. Like,
legit.
little Sean in my brain out here is just reading
I think I'd much prefer that. But I haven't gotten into audiobooks, like, at all.
I want to read more books this year. Regardless, listen or read, I want to read more books.
To read more books, I need to read one.
Very true.
Yeah.
When was the last time you read a book?
Like a fiction book?
No, just any book. I read a book last week.
I don't sit down and read books.
No.
I spend a lot of time on like YouTube. And
I
watch a lot of like video essay stuff. Like, I'm not just watching like stuff that's not like educational or anything that, but I listen and watch a lot of things.
Right.
But I love filmmaking.
I learn a lot from YouTube. You do learn a lot from watching YouTube. Like, I follow like a whole bunch of... I go so deep into YouTube all the time, like every day. I'm a daily YouTube watcher, a couple hours every day.
Yeah.
And like, I find the time for that somehow. I don't know how, but I got to watch my YouTube.
Yeah.
And I learn shit from YouTube. But I also like reading books. I just don't do it. It's not like a daily... It's not a habit.
No.
But I'd like it to become a habit, but also I kind of don't want it to be a habit.
In the past, like when I was younger and I used to read books, I used to enjoy it, but I never like did it enough. I don't know why. Like, I think it's hard. I find it hard to sit down and just read and be quiet for a long period of time.
We're kind of like pretty loud people. Hyperactive. We're like buzzing around the room.
Yeah.
Always wanting to do things. Having like really strong coffee and it's almost 8 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
Like, let's do it.
Yeah. So I think that's like my issue, that I can't just sit down for that long. Unless there's something a little bit more engaging.
Right.
But if I found a good book, like in the past when I found a good book, I would just like sit down and read
smash
it
in a day?
smash it. Yeah.
You gonna smash a book in a day?
I have.
Like, if I get a good book, I'll smash that in one day. Like, a couple hours, so into it, smash it out, just like a movie.
Yeah.
But I want to read a few more books. I want to listen to more podcasts.
Do it.
This year. And I want to get fit.
Cool. I want to do those things too, but I'm not going to promise myself.
Yeah.
Because that's how you set yourself up for disappointment.
So if you promise yourself...
So I'm just going to be like, I'm just going to do those things. I'm not... Like, I'm just going to...
You're not going to make it a resolution.
I'm not...
No one needs that. I'm not going to write that shit down.
I'm not going to say, like, this year I have to do that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do things, you know?
Just get
And if I don't do it,
hustle by yourself.
I haven't disappointed myself.
Yeah. Be your own hero.
Yeah, legit.
Hustle for yourself. Do it for you. Don't do it for anyone else. We're getting a bit weird now.
Gary V in the room right now.
Yeah, I don't know what else I want to do. I want to do some things this year that I have never done before as well. Like, I want to travel to somewhere I've never been to.
That's
you
what
were
I'm
just
doing.
doing that. You're going to Europe?
Yeah, going to Europe in June for a month. Gonna go to the Greek islands, Amsterdam.
Wow.
Yeah.
Flex.
Czech.
Keep going.
Going to like
Czech. Going to Czech.
Going to Prague.
Go Czech. Go Prague.
It's gonna be good.
Little Amsterdam.
Yeah, little Amsterdam action.
Little spicy brownie action, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
Little spicy brownie. Yeah. Hello. That'll be fun. And then, are you going family?
Yeah, with my
friends?
sister, and then meeting up with my parents, and we're going to a wedding.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Suit wedding or like beach wedding?
I have no idea.
No idea. Where is it? Is it in the Greek islands?
No, it's in Czech.
Ooh, I've never ever seen.
I think it's on a winery. I think that's where we're...
What is even in the Czech Republic? I don't even know.
Houses?
To me, when I think of Czech Republic, I'm like Russia. And I could not be more wrong.
No, yeah.
And I know that I'm wrong.
Yeah, you are wrong.
Yeah. What is even in Czech Republic? Where is it? Is it like Eastern Europe?
It's Eastern Europe.
Isn't like Eastern Europe like a little bit...
I heard it's really nice.
No?
My sister's done Eastern Europe.
Yeah?
Loved it.
Yeah, I think I saw
in.
Euro Trip, and they were like Eastern Europe.
Oh,
that's my only knowledge.
Because they only like white people.
Ah, is that why? Dude, that flew straight over my head.
I don't know, maybe. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I know, great movie though.
It sounds very Brexity to me.
Okay, movies like... Let's just skim straight past that one. Movies like Euro Trip, American Pie. How, excuse my language, fucking good were the soundtracks to those movies?
Yes. They're like iconic.
Iconic.
The movies,
They're some of the best songs
you're
ever.
like,
They're like,
can that happen? Can you do?
You can't say that anymore. But the soundtracks.
You can't film someone naked and broadcast it on the internet without their knowledge. That's the entire plot of the first American Pie.
I mean, good point.
Yeah, but the soundtrack.
The soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like Scotty Doesn't Know.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, Stacey's mom.
Is that in one of them?
I don't know, probably.
But it sounds
same
like
era.
it should be.
Like all that dirty Blink-182 stuff.
I love
Like
it.
just like punk, pop, rock, all that kind of stuff. It's just good. It's just
So good.
good. I was going on a bit of a nostalgia trip today in the office where I was like listening
were?
to all those.
Yeah, I always do.
soundtracks.
I'm still stuck in like, I mean, not those ones, but I'm still stuck in like 2009. That's like most of the music I listen to.
Like emo 2009.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure, isn't it?
No,
Like-
I'm not even guilty.
like-
it's just me.
By yourself in your car, absolutely screaming along to Black Parade by My Chemical Romance.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
just not giving a fuck. Black eyeliner just happens to appear on your face.
Yeah.
Screaming
Start
along.
crying. That's
Start
great.
crying. Yeah. It's like it's it's just a culture, I guess.
I love it.
Like,
That's
yeah,
me.
I'm into it.
That's who I am.
So yeah, I want to travel a bit this year. I want to go to the UK. I've got a lot of family over there. I want to see. A lot of my family lives in Cheltenham, which is 4 or 5 hours away from London.
From England?
From London,
England's
in England. It'd be cool to go see them, meet them. I've got a huge extended family that I've never met before, and they have no idea who I am. I have no idea who they are.
Nice.
Do you ever have like family members that know who you are, but you have no idea they exist?
Yes, but they're always like second cousins and stuff. They don't really count.
Have you ever done that, like Ancestry.com, like that
No,
DNA stuff?
I haven't.
I've always wanted
I'm pretty
to try
much.
it.
I know all my family.
But do you?
Yeah.
They'll tell you like if you're related to celebrities and stuff, not sponsored.
Yeah.
Like celebrities, like you could be related to like Johnny Cash.
It could be.
Could be, never know. Or like that kid with the spiky hair from Little Rascals. That could be your cousin.
Alfalfa? Is that
Yeah, Alfalfa could be
Yeah.
your cousin.
Could be.
You'd
the
never-
actor or the character.
Both.
Yeah.
But you could be either. You'd
Yeah.
never know unless you do the test. I've always wanted to do it because I don't know. I think I've got a lot of like Scottish and Irish heritage. I'm like the whitest person
I
in
know.
the history of the
My
world.
family's from Ireland.
Yeah.
Like English,
just-
and they were convicts.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. We're just like the most very average white people you'll ever meet in your
Yeah.
entire life.
I've got one thing that's interesting though about me is like I'm the slightest bit Native American.
Really?
Yeah, I got a.
So you can like slap on a little feather band and
We would definitely not do that.
run around on horses or something.
Definitely not.
But
But
that's Native American, right?
Yeah.
I got that right.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, I'm cultured.
but
Yeah.
there's just the slightest bit ages ago, like way back, but it's there.
I was
interesting.
told, and I think it might be a bit of a lie, that I am related to Thor. I'm like a descendant of Thor.
Thor,
Like,
the Norse god.
The Norse
Thor,
god Thor.
who lives in Asgard.
Yes.
Who said that?
I'm like a very distant descendant of Thor.
Does
so
that
I-
mean you're
I- I
related
could-
to Odin as well?
Hell yeah. I could pick up that hammer.
I don't know if they were real people. Hey,
Well, that's just your
but
opinion.
I'm related to Zeus, so
Oh, well.
I'm on the Greek side of things.
Well, that doesn't really matter to me because I'm related to Thor and Odin. And what's Thor's daddy's name?
Odin.
What's Odin's daddy's name? Wait,
Odin's
who am I
the
thinking of?
All-Father.
What's Thor's brother's
Loki.
name? Loki. Yeah.
It's very different. The Marvel movies are very different to what the actual Norse mythology is.
I don't know anything about Norse mythology. Mythology.
Other than God of War.
Other than God of War and the Marvel movies and the fact that I'm related to Thor.
Yeah.
So,
Your own heritage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a distant descendant.
Yeah. I call bullshit.
I couldn't tell you if you're right or wrong because I was just told by someone
Told by
that
that.
piece of information and never thought anything different. So that's me.
Nice. I mean, really off topic, but that's a good story for my cousin. He went most his life believing that his dad was a famous football player for Ajax, and he was not. and he found out when he was about, I don't know, 15.
Did he like know his dad?
Yeah.
Like
his dad told him.
His dad was like around?
It was a little white lie when he was a kid. And yeah, his dad's very much around.
Like he lived with his dad? Like
Yeah.
his dad didn't just like
Sure does.
leave when he was a kid, or like
No.
go to the shops and never come back, or
No.
die?
No.
He was
he's
just
still
a
around. It was just a little white lie when he was a
dirty
kid.
fat liar.
I played in that team. Because he's Dutch, but he didn't.
Wow, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, that's really horrible.
pretty funny.
Like, that kid was probably bragging to all of his friends about his famous dad.
Oh, he definitely did.
And then his friends were like, you're an idiot.
Well, I believed it when I was a young kid as well, because he told me.
Wow. So he's bragging to all of his friends and family that his
Yeah.
dad's like famous football
pretty
player.
funny.
That is pretty funny. Like, that's
It's just like you
that's
saying that
hilarious.
you're related to Thor.
No, but I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, so it's different.
It is different. Like, I
Yeah.
am related to Thor. He was not a football player. Very different things.
I'm sure he's pretty good at football.
Outside of going back to my heritage,
Yeah.
going and visiting my family, I don't know. What else do I want to achieve next year? This year. 2020.
So the first 2 months of the year is always like stuffing up whether you're saying this year or next year.
Yeah.
Or last year.
Yeah. Or
Because then you're like, oh,
2019.
next year I want to do this. And
Right,
it's like,
and the
do you
date?
mean this year? Or are you planning 2021?
They should make the date section on all forms slightly longer for January and February. So you can scribble out the 19 and
Oh,
20.
yeah, because you're always going to stuff
So you're
it
always
up.
going to do it, yeah.
Always going to stuff it up. Once you get to March, you're good.
If you're screwing up in April, like, you need to get checked.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
you've got some sexually transmitted diseases if you're screwing up in April. Like, seriously. We've all been there, though.
In April.
Screwing up the date.
Oh, yeah.
in
I used to
April.
do it all the time. I don't write the date enough to
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm a daily date writer.
on your notes.
Yeah, on my notes, on my like forms, contracts, all that kind of stuff. I guess I'm an
that
office
stuff.
job. Like,
Yeah.
I write the date every day,
Yeah.
most days.
Most days.
Maybe not, I get weekends off sometimes. But
Nice.
I think I know a lot of people have like these aspirational things that they want to achieve in the new year. Like, I want to help out old people more. Like,
Yeah.
if I see an old man struggling, I want to help him out and like cross.
Well,
the
you
street
should
with
do
him.
that anyway.
Like, I don't know, like, I want to, I think we're a little bit too young to be thinking about other people just yet. Like, we need to rock shit for ourselves this year.
Yeah, I want to do
This is a big year
well
for
this
us.
year.
This is a big year.
Yeah.
And this is the first ever episode
Of the Very Average Podcast.
Very Average Podcast, where we're going to have a very average year, being very average people.
Yeah.
And I think that is a great way to
Great
end
way
the
to end
episode.
it. Yeah. Nice.
So,
Just
hope
work
you
your
guys
way
enjoyed
back.
our first ever episode of Being Very Average. Join us next week for another episode of Being Very, Very Average.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
See ya.